What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TheVaultProScooters. My name is Austin and I am super excited to bring you guys an all new comparison video between the Envy AOSv4 XL deck and the Envy AOSv4 standard deck. We get a lot of questions. What are the differences between the two? Which one should you buy? And that's what I am here to answer today. So these guys came out early 2018. You may know about them, you may not. And today I'm gonna let you guys in on what they're all about. So to my left is the XL deck. This is the big deck. As you can tell, it's named the XL deck. It is 5.1 inches wide. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure that for you guys. 5.1, and it is 22 inches long. Biggest deck we have ever seen Envy make. They knew they needed to make a bigger deck for street riders, and they did. Personally, I'm riding this deck as of right now. I actually did a review on it where I rode it for about 2 weeks and gave you guys my opinion on it, what I liked, what I didn't like. So click the card above if you guys want to check that video out. It does come in another color. As you can see, I have the polished one. This might actually be my next deck. I'm thinking about copying one as well. The XL deck does come with an Envy nylon brake, of course, along with the Envy deck ends. These were also introduced around the same time that the deck was, so you can take these in or out if you want square dropouts or not. If you don't want to ride the Envy nylon brake, of course you can ride an Envy wheel guard. You can pick one of those up as well for about $20. It's just going to be a fender. It's not going to be a brake. It does have an 82.5 degree head tube angle, very comfortable, really nice for manuals, and a blunt plate here to make your nose blunts nice and steezy. Moving on to the AOSv4 standard deck. Obviously smaller. Envy really wanted to approach the younger riders who prefer a smaller deck. So let me get my measuring tape. So it is 19.5 long, so it's definitely competing with some lucky decks and some ethic decks out there. And it is also 4.75 wide. Obviously not 5.1. 4.75 is a very, very comfortable width, especially for how long this deck is. It's going to be very comfortable. So don't be afraid if you think 4.75 might be a little bit too wide. Once you ride it for a little bit, it's going to really help you, catch those tricks, feel a little bit more confident and comfortable on this deck. Along with an Envy nylon brake, of course, and deck ends. So this is a square deck with the deck ends. This honestly may be the smallest square dropout deck on the market, so take that into account. It also has an 82.5 degree head tube angle, just like the XL deck, and unfortunately this one does only come in neochrome, but in my personal opinion, I think neochrome is an awesome color. So at the moment it does only come in neochrome, but don't be afraid of it, pick it up. Here's the graphic on the bottom. It is the same as the XL here. You can see this hole on the bottom. That is for a bottom mounting wheel guard. You can get a wheel guard and put it on the bottom of your deck, so when you're doing grinds, it'll catch the ledge and help you hold on. All right, so before I get into who these decks are for, I know you guys are wondering how much they weigh, so I'm gonna go ahead and weigh them for you. All right, you guys, so the XL deck comes in at 3 pounds, 14 ounces, so just under 4 pounds, which actually is not too bad. It's what you would expect for a deck at this size. So let's move on to the standard. So that's 3 pounds, 5.6 ounces. So a pretty dramatic weight difference. You are losing about, 19? Losing a couple inches in length and some in width as well, so the weight difference definitely does make sense. The weight is obviously including hardware and these deck ends, so there is going to be a little bit more weight. If you do decide to take these deck ends out, if you purchase one of these decks, they're going to weigh a little bit less, but not too much. So let's move into who exactly these decks are for. At the end of the day, what are you doing more? Are you riding skate parks and doing flat out tricks, or are you doing grinds and manuals and rails? If you're doing more of the rail and the grind combinations, the XL deck is gonna be more for you. It's bigger, there's more grind space, more foot space. It's definitely gonna be easier to lock onto a rail or a ledge than it is to throw bri flips or multiple tail whips. Not saying you can't. Myself, I am a park/street rider. I definitely prefer both styles, and I ride this deck and I can throw a bri flip if I like, but if I want to hit a rail, super comfortable and I feel really confident on it. Say you're doing bri flips, you're doing buttercups, finger whips, multiple finger whips, nothing front scooter flips. You guys are getting so crazy out there, but if those are the tricks that you're throwing, the AOSv4 standard deck is gonna be what you need. It's smaller, it's lighter, it's gonna be a lot easier to just throw around in general. The greatest thing though is these Envy decks are super strong. I've been riding mine for a minute now and I've had no problems with it, and I've done some pretty good things on it. I've slammed it and it's holding up. I just spit. It's holding up. So the AOSv4 standard deck is gonna do that as well. All right, you guys, so I hope you did learn something. I hope if you had any confusion on which one of these decks you should pick up, Your mind is clear now. You guys can pick up any of these decks here at The Vault. We have all 3 of them in stock online and in store. Make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe to The Vault, follow us on all our social medias, and check out any of Envy's other products on our website as well. Until the next video, have a good one.